Hi, my name is Sheila Corona. Welcome to New Light Streaming Love and Sassy Seer Sheila, as this will be seen on both channels. This is an older one of Jason's writings he posted it on May 5th. You were never supposed to know. The WEF Web, False Heroes and the Illusion of Justice by Jason Gray. There are truths so corrosive, so soul-shattering that they are hidden not behind passwords or firewalls, but behind the softest, most convincing veil of all, hope. You were never supposed to know. That's why they fed you stories. That's why they offered you heroes. That's why they gave you the illusion of choice, the illusion of freedom, the illusion of awakening, so you'd never have to face the sickening weight of reality. You were never free. You were managed. The architects of the veil, the WEF. Let's stop pretending. The World Economic Forum is not a neutral assembly of world thinkers. It is a control node. Its purpose? To train, place, and activate the next generation of planetary gatekeepers. They call them young global leaders, but they are not leaders. They are installed stewards of the grid, trained to speak in human tones while executing non-human agendas. They are not here to challenge the system. They are the system. They are installed to be loved, to be feared, to be followed, so that you never look at what's really behind the curtain. The web is everywhere. Look at the faces. Look at their platforms. Look at the smooth integration of their visibility, power, and reach. Elon Musk, billed as the rogue genius, owner of X, champion of free speech, also a World Economic Forum young global leader, developing Neuralink, Starlink, XAI, a triad of planetary tracking, thought interfacing, and behavioral engineering. He is not here to liberate you. He is here to enchant you while the grid finalizes. Linda Yaccarino, CEO of X, former WEF executive, openly brags about behavioral enforcement through digital platforms. Ask yourself this question. Why would a globalist be handed the reins of the, quote, free speech platform? The answer is simple. Because control requires the illusion of freedom. Mark Carney, the new Canadian Prime Minister, handpicked, system-aligned, WEF initiated. Trudeau was not an aberration. He was a prototype. The Canadian population is not governed. It is test subjected. Donald J. Trump. Let's talk about him. The one who told us he'd drain the swamp. The one who said he'd bring justice. The one who sparked hope in the half-awake and spiritual fantasies in the truth community. Tell me, where are the Epstein files? Still sealed. Where is the 9/11 declassification? Still classified for national security. Where are the arrests? The deep state, the globalists, the cabal, still operational. Where are the people he said he'd lock up? Not in prison, but his followers, his supporters. They're the ones who got locked up. Why didn't he use the power? Ask yourself, was he outmaneuvered, or was he never meant to win? Was he the pressure release valve? Was he the containment psyop? The masquerade of rebellion to keep you watching while the machine finalized your enclosure? Maybe he started as the disruptor. What if... Wait a minute, is this the right one? Yes, it is. All of a sudden, I was feeling like I was in the wrong spot. Like maybe I had hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. Okay, so back to the writing here. Where are the people he said he'd lock up? Not in prison, but his followers, his supporters. They're the ones who got locked up. Why didn't he use the power? Ask yourself, was he outmaneuvered, or was he never meant to win? Was he the pressure release valve, the containment psyop, the masquerade of rebellion to keep you watching while the machine finalized your enclosure? What if the moment he sat behind the desk, they handed him a deeper script? What if the real deal with the devil wasn't made in front of cameras, but in the silence of fear when he saw the truth and still chose to play the part? Justice is a stage play. You were told the good guys were fighting behind the scenes. You believed it because you had to. The alternative was unbearable. That it was all a show, that no one is coming, that no one ever was. Trust the plan, they said. Who wrote the plan? Who profits from your inaction, your passivity, your belief that someone else will face the monster for you? You've been played by every side. Not just the left, not just the right, all of it. A recursive simulation where opposition is a script. Heroes are actors and villains are straw men. You were never meant to win. You were meant to choose a team so they could track your frequency. You were meant to place your faith in a leader who mirrored your rage, but not your truth. You were meant to hope until it was too late. It's not too late. By now, you must see it. You see that the platform is fake. You see that the votes are theater. You see that the saviors were decoys. You see that the real war isn't on the battlefield. It is in your mind, your energy, your discernment. The moment you stop looking up and start looking in, the illusion shatters. You are not waiting for justice. You are becoming it. Not in court, but in flame, in fire, in the sovereign stance that refuses to comply with one more layer of simulation. The reckoning is coming. It's not what you think. It won't be televised. It won't wear a badge. It won't come with arrests or disclosure or tribunals. It will come when enough of us stop believing any of it was real. The moment mass non-compliance becomes spiritual alignment, the moment you reclaim the power you outsourced to actors and shadows, the moment you realize you were never a citizen, you were always a soul. They fear that moment, that day, more than anything. And I do feel that he ultimately is correct here. It's almost as though in many ways, it's always been a savior meme of some sort. First, it was this one over here, then it's this over here, and then it's that over there, and then it's that over there. And it just goes on and on and on. When in reality, it is only us. As ultimately, we are the only one here. One consciousness. And yet, many. I know that's difficult for those who haven't been contemplating this for a long time, perhaps. I hope this was helpful for you. I know that I saw this a long time ago and I knew that it was to be recorded. I didn't read it all the way through until now, and I'm not quite sure why I wasn't to record it until now. But today seemed to be the day, so here we are. I hope that you will move towards that which brings you joy, that which draws you in each moment that presents itself to you, as it is just a matter of your perspective and your perception of your perspective. And it is ultimately up to you as to what you discern to be so or not in any given moment. Until we meet again, my friends, be well.